So I definitely want to talk about ghetto culture, and I'm going to probably sound extremely racist, but I'm just telling the truth, man. I'm just telling the truth. And when I talk about ghetto culture, I think that it could be any race that is pushing that type of death cult bullshit. Ghetto culture is cool if it's like in the movies or like video games, something like that. But like real life, if you want to have a civil society, there's no room for ghetto culture in it. Unless it's like fun. Like a fun type of deal. Not where how things are right now in certain areas. Like where are the most dangerous areas in America? The inner cities. Those are the most now why? Well, you can look at poverty. That's one. Extreme poverty. I think welfare is not helping out at all. You know, some people might need it, like that are on disability or whatever. We should be taking care of our old people and young people. But there's a lot of people who are able-bodied who shouldn't be on welfare. Or there's people that's like, okay, you're not going to keep having a ton of kids, man. It's like if you need us to take care of you and your child, you're not going to keep pumping out more children so you can have more like food stamps or whatever, because there's people that do that. But who the hell wants to live in the ghetto? And even the people who were raised in the ghetto, who have like, oh my God, anybody that like comes from the ghetto and like is successful and doesn't push like ghetto culture, thinking it's cool or whatever, I have a ton of respect. I have a ton of respect for it. Because they have like really, against all odds, they have made it. But why is it that people who escape the ghetto, they don't go back and live in the ghetto? You can look at Black Lives Matter. The leaders, you know, they got millions of dollars, and what did they do? They didn't put it back where in the ghettos. They put it in rich communities. Why is that? Because the ghettos are completely dangerous. They're basically a third world country. You know, that's the problem I have with the youth. Back in the day, you know, 80s rap was fun, like party is fun and all that. 90s came around, is like a different thing that came around, but what happened with that was it's like they're telling a story, but it's like, what are you doing that's positive? What are we doing that's like innovative with rap? It's just the same thing. It's the same dress style. It's like the people in the ghetto are fucking, like, they can be fucking savages. And nobody says this, the most racist people out here. But I can't say that because I'm a white guy. I can't say that. I can't call out anybody that's not white because I'm white. And you know, the thing is too, white people are really getting fucking pissed off. I'm telling you. White people are really just saying, I don't give a fuck anymore. There's a lot of white people that's like, they just become completely racist against all black people. For me, I'm not like that. I think that black people are absolutely amazing. I love the flair. You know what I mean? But the ghetto shit, that fucking has to go. Embracing ghetto shit, or like if somebody does something extremely wrong, like kill somebody, and defending them just because of their skin color, like how long do you think I would last in the fucking ghetto? Let's say hypothetically, I have to move into the ghetto, and I'm like the only white guy there. You know, I always hear that white people don't mind their own business. how long do you think it would take until somebody's not minding their own business with me? I could just go in there, which I usually do. I mind my own business in real life. I don't fuck with nobody. I pretty much treat everyone the same that I don't fucking know. I give you respect. Respect. This is another thing with ghetto culture. You have to earn my respect like you're fucking entitled to respect. How about I give respect unless I don't get respect back? When people disrespect me, then I either like close off, shut down and don't want to talk to them no more, or I disrespect back. That's what it leads to. That whole mindset of snitches get stitches. Okay, so you kill my brother or something, and I'm just supposed to be like, oh, if you snitch on me, you're gonna get, like, what? That's the mentality of fucking ghetto culture, man. That shit needs to be fucking erased. It's a cancer on society. If we want to have a civilized society, we cannot have ghetto culture being promoted like it's something awesome. Ghetto culture is, like, what it is fucking toxic. That's what it is. I fucking hate ghetto culture. I think that people who go with that lifestyle are highly immature. It's, you know, it's fine to be immature. Like, I'm immature, but I still handle my business. And I feel like if you handle your business and treat people with respect and you're doing what you're supposed to do, who gives a fuck if I'm doing something that like a kid would do on TikTok or something like that? Like, I'm handling my business, dude. If you look down on me, fine, cool, I don't care, man. But like, it's such a toxic environment that should basically, it feels like society has embraced, which is so weird because it's kind of like Democrats, right? You have like these people that are well off in different, you know, you can say like white people or whatever, who support this shit, who embrace it, and they're insulated from it. They don't have to live in the ghetto. It's just like Democrats, you know, wanting illegals to come here because it's not in their neighborhood. They don't have to deal with it. And then when they get the illegals sent to where they live, oh, now that's a problem. Now they have a problem because they're no longer insulated from it. You see what I mean? I mean, if you look at the, like, I want to be able to go anywhere I want in this country and feel safe. I want to go into the inner city with like predominantly black people there, and then, you know, be welcomed and embraced, you know, not my ass kissed or nothing, not like I'm royalty, but just kind of like, we want you to come here. We want, you know, it's like the opposite. Don't want you. And then it's like, I don't want to be there anyway because it's, dude, it's fucking a hellhole. It's a fucking hellhole. How do we fix it? It comes to like personal responsibility, and people like, instead of feeding into the shit like Jasmine, what's her last name? Crockett? The one who's like a senator who tries to act like she's fucking ghetto, and we all know she's fucking fake. And then she comes out advocating for fucking slavery, saying that black people are done picking cotton. It's like, dude, I mean, like, what are you talking about, dude? And listen, I empathize with black folks who feel like they don't know where they came from, because of like what happened in the past. But the problem is, it's like, two wrongs don't make a right. So like, oppressing me, oh, the white guy's complaining, oppressing me and my kids to make up for things that people nowadays never fucking lived through. Okay, yes, you can say the Jim Crow laws, all that bullshit that happened with the Democrats. Back then, there are people still alive to this day that had to live through that shit. It's absolutely, I understand why they're fucking pissed. But the kids, it's like, dude, I understand why you're upset, but it's like, I didn't do it. So why are you upset at me? Like I did it and my kids, just because of how I look. Man, I'm out here struggling just like you, dude. And I think that what I'm seeing is, this is what I'm saying with all like the DEI crap, which I think that like it serves its purpose back in the 60s, trying to make up, like affirmative action. It made sense. DEI back then made sense. You're trying to get people a chance, an opportunity to grow, to learn, to gather knowledge so they can have a better life. You don't just sit here and be like, okay, you're the leader, but like you embrace them. Like there's potential. Like they can, become a coach, like a football coach or something, or quarterback. You know what I mean? Or an owner of a team. But like when we have the laws in place where we have equality regardless of race, and if somebody's not following those laws, then you sue them or whatever you got to do. If there's a company that you feel like you're being discriminated based off of your race, like you sue them. Back in the old days, before like civil rights and everything, all the equality that we put, which we should have equality. White people shouldn't feel like they're better than everybody or be treated than everybody. We should be treated the same as everybody else here. See, the problem is, it's culture. The problem is, and I'm seeing too many people just like put black people all in the same boat on X because of their frustration. Do you think, I want people to understand this, like, and this could just go for someone at my level, but do you think I'm going to get along more with like the Hodge twins or somebody who's a famous, like, a radical that's, who's a famous radical that's white? I don't know why this is so hard for me. It should be easy for me to just go ahead and start putting all these Democrats out there. I'm trying to think of somebody that's like a really good example. I could say whoever from the Democratic Party. That's why, like Adam Schiff or something like that. And whatever Watermelon had, like Trump said the other day. What was I saying? I don't even know what I'm talking about no more. Oh, do you think I'm going to get along with that guy over the Hodge twins? Just because he's white? Who do you think I'm going to get along with? A regular person like me. I see him, they got a black person, he's got a Trump hat on. Or a white person who has a Bernie Sanders hat, Biden hat, Kamala Harris hat. Who do you think I'm going to get along with more? And they're white. Who am I going to get along with more? That's why I don't like the whole like painting, generally everyone with one stroke. Because, there's a lot of black people that are just fucking tired with that type of bullshit, that type of ghetto mentality. I don't like trailer trash white people, meth addicts. I don't want to be around those fucking degenerates any more than I want to be around degenerate fucking black people, Hispanic people. Usually Asian people aren't too bad. But, I really don't see a lot of degeneracy of the Asian population at all. But you know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. You can't just put a broad stroke. I just want people to do better, to improve. I don't want, back in the 90s, nobody cared about skin color. My high school was so diverse in Arizona. It was so diverse, man. Yes, there was white people. There's probably But there was a lot of Hispanic people. There was black people. There wasn't any Arabic people. There wasn't really many Asian people. But like, you know, it wasn't like an all-white high school. My high school was very diverse, especially for back then. Which was like, when I say back then, it was kind of like, it almost feels like we've gone backwards. And, you know, I've tried to, you know, obviously, like, being a white person, you really can't talk about race. Anytime you call out at anybody that's not a white person, you're demonized. No, we're just getting tired of it. You know, it's just like, what are you going to do? Call me a racist? So what? I don't fucking care. Go ahead. Call me a racist. So what? And that's where people are getting, especially Gen Z. Gen Z is fucking pissed. And they should be pissed. You know, it's kind of like when you see people do really bad things and you give them a slap on the hand because of how they look. And listen, man, there is the prison system. I am sure that there is some black people that have been screwed over by a judge, but like the whole notion of like every single black person in prison that they don't deserve to be there is absolutely ridiculous to me. You know, like even just being in this car, hypothetically, I get pulled over. My hands are on the wheel. I want to make sure I got my shit all together. I want to make sure I have my registration, my insurance, everything, my license, ready to hand it to him so I'm not dicking around and shit so he doesn't feel unsafe. So he's got a gun. He's got a gun. And if I was to have a gun, I'm letting him know I have this in here. And I'm putting my hands up. What do you want me to do? I'll do whatever you want me to do. Because the dude has a gun and he has backup. Like this whole running from the police thing, it's like, how long do you think you can actually, it doesn't make any sense. Why resist police? Treat them with respect. You get pulled over, understand that they are a person of authority. Do I pay their salary? Yes. But they are a person of authority, and you try to give them fucking respect. Don't argue. Like, what's the point of arguing with them? If you don't like the way things are going or whatever, like, you can film it. Like, you can have the whole they're filming it themselves, unless they turn off their camera, which makes them look very suspicious if they do that. It's it's your demeanor. Are you disrespectful? Are you talking down to them? I just try to treat people with respect. And that's how a civilized society should conduct itself as people. Is to treat people with respect at first. Especially, you don't know them. You don't know what people are going to do. I've seen this before, a YouTuber who was in the mall in like the food court, and he was playing this sound with this phone like he was bigger than the guy. Guy had a backpack on, and the guy was like, stop, and he kept on going, like kind of like a bully, you know, like, and the guy pulled a gun out and shot him. And now I think, like, see, that's what I'm saying. When I was looking at that guy, I wouldn't expected that. I wouldn't expect him to have a gun. You don't know how people are going to react if you disrespect them. You know? And I do think that there are some black folks out here that are very, 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 very sensitive. They're very emotional. You know, take things the wrong way. I don't know you. You don't know me. I treat you the same as I would treat a white person I don't know. You know? Usually for me, I don't like to talk to people. It's just kind of like, yeah, whatever. I don't want to really be bothered. I don't want to bother you. You don't bother me. And I pretty much, you know, go my own way. But some people take things the wrong way. And that's why you are seeing that some white people are like, I just don't want to be around black people at all because I just don't want to deal with it, man. I don't want to have to, like, walk on eggshells. And a lot of people feel like that. Like, I don't want to walk on eggshells for folks like that. There is a good portion of black folks who think like this, who are highly emotional, who are very sensitive, and me talking like this would trigger them. Oh, he's a fucking skinhead. I'm not, dude. I call out white people all the fucking. It's just like, it's stupid. Now, I think, and this is why I try to guide people, and so they have some reason and some rationality where it's like, you don't want to go too much. And that's what happens because of all this pushing this woke shit, this DEI shit on people. Considering if they were showing videos of like Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi in the 90s, they sound like MAGA. They were MAGA back then. They were MAGA. You can't push all this woke stuff on people and expect them just to take it, like, and then shove it down their throat. No, if you want society to change, you have to understand there's people in the society that aren't going to change. And those people are usually the older people. They're not very pragmatic. They're stuck in their ways. And it's just kind of like, they're going to pass away soon. Whatever. You know, like I was talking to this white guy in the gym, right? In the sauna. Old man. Dude's handicapped. All this. Now, he said that he was a historian, history teacher, and he taught government as well. So I started talking a little bit, and then he started going off on Trump, basically. I was just asking something. I forgot what I asked, but he started like, oh, he's a felon. Because, I was talking about Rome. I was like, how do you feel about the collapse of Rome to like what's happening now? And then he started saying like, oh, we're gonna go into depression because of Trump, and like he's a felon. And so what I did, I could see his demeanor, and I could see like he's probably very emotional. So I started trying to, kind of like not really say what I wanted to say, because I know if I started saying like pro-Trump stuff or started trying to debate this guy, then he would start getting very emotional. It wouldn't have gone anywhere. I wasn't going to change his mind. I'm open for my mind to be changed, but a lot of old people, they're just not going to change their mind. So I tried to detour the conversation somewhere else where it's not so polarizing and people get emotional about it. Because at the end of the day, for me, when I argue with people, and if you follow me on X and you see I say like crazy stuff, like, and I do say some crazy shit. Sometimes it's emotionally driven by frustration. But what I will say is, like, at the end of the day, I want peaceful discussion. And this is why you in real life, when you deal with people in real life, you have to give them respect, because you don't know how they're going to act. You don't know if you're going to have like 5 guys jump you, and that's what happens a lot in the ghetto culture. They don't really fight one-on-one because they're bitches. So they like to, shoot you or jump you because, they're weak bitches. Just like the white school shooters who fucking go shoot up schools. They're weak fucking bitches. You go take a fucking gun where nobody has fucking guns and start shooting up random people. You're a fucking weak bitch. This is what I'm saying. You can't in this society just be like, it's black or white. You can't do that because it's culture. It's the culture that's a fucking problem. You can't put a bunch of different cultures who people believe different things, whether it's political or religion or whatever, mix it all together and think there's not going to be conflict. Because humans are extremely emotional, and they are predominantly stuck in their ways. A lot of humans, they don't like to change things up. Look at the Muslims. Probably get me banned for saying that. They want everybody to convert to them. They want to rule the world. I reject them completely. Completely, I reject that crap. Completely oppressive. But, you know, this isn't meant to offend anybody. This isn't even meant to vent. I'm just trying to tell the fucking truth, man. That's what I'm about, is telling the truth as I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm human. I make mistakes. You know, I'm proven wrong all the time. Like yesterday, you know, I'm kind of ignorant to some economic stuff. I think, you know, people on my level, I know a lot more about economics than the average person. I know more about economics. You know, so I screwed up yesterday and kind of conflated both the national debt, future liabilities with our trade deficit. I screwed up because I'm not going to get everything right. And nobody is. I don't care how smart you are. You're not going to get everything right. Elon's not going to get everything right. If Nikola Tesla lived around nowadays, he wouldn't get everything right. Nobody is perfect, and that's what people need to understand is sit back, try to control your emotions, especially when it comes to like violence, and try to figure out where they're coming from, their perspective, why. So, in that situation with that old white guy, I was just trying to ask questions and stir, you know what I mean? So, here's another thing too, like if people have a problem with socializing, which a lot of people do, including myself, just ask people questions, ask them about themselves, you know what I mean? And that people like to talk about themselves. I know, I ask people all these questions, and what I don't get back is questions about me. So if you want to talk to people, if you like talking to people and you're having a problem talking to people, just ask them questions, ask them about themselves. And yeah, you know, that's the whole point of this, is trying to like just be better, make things better. And the way things are now is just, it's absolutely like chaotic, and that's how it feels. So that's it.